another. What you cooking, man?
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Iron Minds here. Trey, Griggs with Nick Klingensmith, Pedro, Peterson, and we're missing somebody today, but for good reason. He's still in Serbia, recovering from his race this weekend, and what we hear is he's taking a little tour right now over there, so I'm sure he's going to have highlights for us next week, but it's good to be back with everybody. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Listen, I'm just going to say this. At the very least, he could jump in the comments. That's all I'm saying.
At the very least. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Get us in the comments. Come on, Michael.
Tell us
Show
what
up.
you're seeing, man. Share some history with us. Don't make us wait till Instagram later.
Oh, man. Well, it sounds like he had a great time. How did he finish? Do we know? I don't know if I got a chance to know how he finished. Do we know this?
Time-wise was approximately 5 hours and 38 minutes. I know he PR'd in all three disciplines. So I believe he hit his time goal. I know he did not hit the podium. And I guess it was
that's pretty cool.
Stacked deck. So yeah, he was he had a good day, which he'd been training real hard and consistent for. So it's always good to see that manifest.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. What an experience! Is Alex still alive? Do we know? I know you.
He is alive. He unfortunately did not make it beyond the swim. But I'll tell you what, man, I always say this, that getting to the starting line is the hardest part, and that's why most people don't do it. So I definitely commend him for putting this whole thing together in the first place. And, you know, I told him how a lot of, not that a lot of people know me, but those who do know that the Boston Marathon was my first marathon, but they don't know it was not the first marathon I signed up for. I had actually registered for Chicago the year before. And was in a car accident 2 months before the race. Got more herniated disc and nerve damage. I ended up bailing out of it, but I know what it's like to have that false start, under your resume. So I wouldn't doubt that Alex will be back too.
Yeah. Well, guys, listen, today we're talking about how every day can be day one, and how do we create a sustainable health journey? And it starts with day one. It starts with just getting started and doing something. And I think that a lot of people, think about Alex. Like he probably didn't know what he was getting into, which is totally fine. But he said yes, and he gave it a shot. And this hopefully is a springboard for him into future opportunities as well. But it starts with day one. And I think about this, in terms of like creating sustainable health. If you treat every day as day one, and in your mindset, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna get started today as if it was day one, with the energy, with the excitement, with the anticipation of what's to come. It's a lot easier to create some sustainable habits, to do that. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Well, the timing is perfect for me to discuss that, because technically I'm on a day one. I also had my triathlon this weekend, and I hit it hard. And recovering after a race, especially a race that you feel good of, is really hard because you just want to get back to it. But I'm forcing myself to walk today and yesterday, and to actually just take a couple days to recover. So I literally said to my wife last night that today is day one of Spartan training, because now I've got my next race is a couple Spartan races. And after every big event, is a reset. If I just go out and do a small event, that's one thing. But 3 hours of hard continuous effort, especially doing something that you've never done before, it's important to take a reset. And so now that I'm starting day one with, clear mind, clear objectives, clear goals, and starting to put together a clear plan. But that goes top to bottom too, because that means you got to hit reset on nutrition, the hydration. I mean, just keep hitting that day one.
Yeah. Pedro, what's good with you, my friend? What's going on in the walk
Man,
this
dude, I'm wonderful, man. I'm recuperating from back-to-back travel weekends. That's what I'm doing.
morning? Where all
Speaking
did you go?
of, let's see, weekend before last, went to Old Town Rig Down in Nacogdoches. So, and then obviously came back. And then this past weekend, went to the inaugural Carrier Revenue Summit. And that was in Chicago, mainly focuses around like finance and stuff like that, with carriers, trying to help them be more profitable and get away from things that just take money away from them, basically. So, yeah, that one honestly was worse than, as far as travel wise, I mean, worse than going to Old Town Rig Down, because, dude, I flew out of Texas on Friday night into Chicago, didn't get to the room till like 10 p.m., had to be up at 7 to be at the venue by 8, and then we didn't get done from there until like 11, and then we had to be back up by 7 o'clock again on Sunday to catch our flight out of O'Hare. So, man, there was no rest for the wicked on that one. So I feel like I'm day one, man, to tell you the truth. So I've just been thrown out of my rhythm, dude. Like, I don't know what it is. I think some of it is to everybody. You know what I mean? And funny enough, like I packed both trips to go to the gym at the hotel, and the gym in Nacogdoches, that shut down because the AC was out. So it's like 105 degrees inside the gym. So, and where that place is, there's no walking or doing anything. It's right off of a major highway. So, I mean, unless you want a high probability getting run over, you ain't going out there and running. And this one, man, I just didn't have time in Chicago, dude. Got there to the hotel, just wanted to go to sleep. Figured, I'll wake up next morning and go to the gym. And nope, got up, had to deal with problems and move freight. And so, feel like I'm on day one, dude. My last 2 weeks, haven't done really much of anything except, control what I'm putting into my body. And, did get some good movement, though. Lots of walking at these events. We all know that. But, it doesn't replace the good physical activity of actually working out. So, yeah, man. Yeah, this is,
I love that attitude, Pedro, because life sometimes throws us curveballs. Sometimes makes it difficult or even impossible to do that. But what some people do is they take that and they just start taking a lot of time off instead of thinking, hey, I'm going to get back to day one today. And that can even work for hours. I mean, you can have a couple of bad hours during the day. Maybe you choose to eat a meal that's just not really in the best benefit for you, and don't spend the rest of the day having a bad day because you had a couple bad hours. Start with hour one. This is the first hour I'm going to help you.
Dude, I was thinking about that the other day because I had a few good things happen. I was just in a really good mood yesterday, and I was like, well, why? And I'm like, because I'm excited, about my race over the weekend. I've never taken first place in my age group in anything, so that was
kudos to you, man.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Like I'm still skying. I don't care. It's not like it was a deep bench, but I mean, the funny thing is I had no idea. We talk about making adjustments a lot. I was supposed to be in Serbia. I wasn't. I could have been butthurt and said, I guess all that training was for nothing, and then just sit on my ass or go do something else. Instead, I just found the closest, nearest triathlon that would be like the longest distance I could find, just something to go in and kind of honor the training that I did. And then going out there and just crushing it. But like, I knew I had a good day just because I had looked up past results and kind of felt like I probably was in the top 10, which still would have been like a coup d'etat for me. So we left. We left and went and got my
no.
and then went home.
No.
And then took a nap, and we're sitting on the couch later that night, and I'm like, hey, I wonder, just out of curiosity, if the results are posted. I look down, I'm like, holy shit. So,
man.
Yeah, so that was awesome. That definitely was awesome, to not only have a good race and just like do that, but then to come out of it, not just with a podium, but actually number one is like, wow. So I was skying on that. Yesterday actually closed down a speaking gig I'll do in November So,
Nice.
couple things.
Where are you going?
It's gonna be in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's
Oh, nice.
probably not supposed to announce the thing yet, but
Don't
we'll
announce it,
say
but that's
Elite
exciting. Good
Real
stuff.
Estate Professional Leadership Conference. We'll call it that.
Nice.
So, but
Nice.
yeah, I was actually referred to him, and just real I don't know, it's a real good match for me too. So I'm excited about that. So those things are all fired up, and then as I'm celebrating, patting myself on the back yesterday, I was like, you know what though? All my problems are still here. All the problems are still here. The money problems, the health problems, every other problem is still here. But yet my attitude was dramatically improved from just a couple small wins. And they are small wins in the grand scheme of things. You know, one deal does not make a lifetime. One race does not make
Hey,
an
just
athlete.
stacking wins. Just stacking them up. That's right.
So
Morning,
it's like,
Jessica.
you know what? Just a couple. That's all we need is a couple of those things. And so sometimes it is you're in this cesspool that you just need something to drag you out of for just a minute, for just a little bit, just to hit reset mentally.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Jessica, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you as always. What are you working on this week? And have you had a day one experience where you got off track for a couple days or something happened, and you got to have that mindset of, hey, today's day one. We're going to get back on it, whatever it is. Be right back, boys. Hang on. It's my allergies are killing me. I'll be right back. You guys talk.
I'll tell you
Nick,
what,
man, congratulations, bro, on your win, dude. I didn't see that, man. I've honestly been off of social media the last few days, dude. I don't know what it is about when I travel and go to events, but I am like, I stay off of social media. I'm just so worried about getting content to put on social media.
Well, dude,
so get on there and scroll it all.
You know, if you're the 23-year-old freight rep who just got lucky enough to go on the conference trip, to you, all you do is show up at things and party. But when you have business to run, you know, podcast to promote, like family, other obligations, and you have things in between, these are not breaks. And I don't know about you, but a 1 hour time zone difference, screws me up more than a 3 hour time zone difference. So you have all these responsibilities, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. And the time goes by so quick. You don't get to break bread with all the people that you want. So you basically sort of just get into this survival mode of how do I get the most important things done, and everything else will catch up. That said, how did the panel go? Because I did get to see a couple clips of you sitting up there.
Dude, that was great, man. I will say that I kind of was riding that high all day on Saturday. I've never spoke on a panel before. Honestly, never been asked, which is fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. So, but it was pretty cool, man. To have a room full of people that are listening to every word you say, and coming up to me and afterwards and asking Hunter and I questions and about things. So it was great, man. And I got to do it with two of my best freight friends. Hunter was up there with me. Our boy Justin Martin. Pretty much everybody knows him. And the other young lady that was on stage with us, Maria Tolba. She was that lady is awesome, man. Young lady in this industry. She's in the marketing and recruiting, and the ideas that she has, man, on things is just it's incredible. Especially for someone her age that doesn't come from a trucking background, but dude, she just sees it. It all makes sense to her. So it was wonderful, man. I loved being up there in that panel.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats, dude. That's really cool. I'm glad you got to be a part of that. That was your first one?
Yeah, man. First one. Wow. Sure enough.
I didn't know that, man. Well, a lot of conferences have missed out by not having you on a panel, dude. Jeez.
Man, honestly, Trey, I think I don't take any offense to it as far as my intelligence level. I mean, let's be honest, man. I'm not the easy, palatable guy. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't know what you're going to get from me when you put me in front of people. You know what I mean? So, not that I can't be professional, but I'm a realist, man. No. I say things the way they are. Some panels aren't right for that. That's all.
You have a lot of experience. You're perfect for a panel, dude. People will talk about it afterwards. Jeez.
Yeah, but it was a wonderful panel, man. Had some great questions, and I'll say this, dude. My favorite thing about every event, no matter how many cool trucks are there or whatever. It's honestly, it's the networking thing, man. It's just meeting new people. The guy that owns the venue of this place, like I found out he helped wrap one of Charles Gracie's box trucks back when Charles had trucks.
Oh, nice.
This dude used to be a rally driver in Europe in the late 80s and 90s.
That's
And
Cool.
I mean, guy came over here with literally a bag on his back, 20 something, 30 something years ago, and now has a multi-million-dollar business, and just a super cool guy. A lot of the people we met there, same story, man. A lot of European immigrants, a lot of immigrants from around the other places of the world. And dude, all of them just came over here with the dream, and now they're all business owners, man. And they stay in the same place we do with things, man, on our industry and the stuff that needs to be fixed. And so that was what I like, man. And I got to meet some people from OIDA in the back scenes. A guy named Charles Ferry. He's an analyst over there. Super smart guy, man. And he was the only other redhead. So, we connected on that solely.
Got to stick together, man. Redheads unite.
Yeah. But I was saying, I mean, really the networking thing is meet new people, dude, is always my favorite thing. I like people's stories. I don't know if other people are like that, but I just like hearing people's stories, man, their life stories. Everyone's got a different one, and I just enjoy and also feel honored when someone takes time to share their life experience with me and their journey into how they got to places. So I loved it, man. I really did. It was an incredible 36 hours.
Well, you're saying something that resonates with me. You should be a podcast host. Think about that, Pedro. But you said something that really resonates with me, and that is, I really believe that the stories that we live are not meant just for us. They're meant to be shared. They're meant to be told, because people get encouragement out of that. People get a little education out of that, a little motivation, inspiration, whatever it is. And so I think it's great, man. It's awesome that the guy was willing to share his story with you, and that's just awesome. Jessica says, Pedro, I was sad to have not gotten to see and hear that panel.
Yeah, we were.
Love to see if anyone got that video.
We do have a video. We were going to go live with it, but the sound, man. This event took place in basically a massive, warehouse garage. It's where they wrap all these vehicles and stuff. So what this guy does is he does commercial wraps and stuff for semi trucks and other things. But the echo was so bad that we're like, man, if we go live, we don't know if we're going to be able to hear it. So we wanted to, but we didn't think anyone would be able to hear it with the PA system the way it was. So, yeah. But we are going to drop some parts that we did record it. We just got to run it through some sound editing software, and we'll be putting it out. So everyone will see it, I promise.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, there you go, Jessica. You're going to get to see it now. You'll get the video. We'll get it out to you for sure. So that'll be great.
So Trey, speaking of day one, we got a day one on the book date yet?
Do we have a day one on the book? What do you mean?
What do we have a date for a release date in the book?
Oh, on the book. Yeah, good question. So no. So I haven't heard back from my editor yet. They said that it would be probably 2 to 3 weeks before I'd hear back, and it's been just under 2. Makes sense. I don't have a date yet on that. But the process, as I understand it, is they're going to send me back their edits and say, here's what we recommend that you change. I get the final say on that. I'm also going to ask my wife to read the book at that point, because she hasn't read it yet, and I want to get her feedback on that as well. And then once that's done, then we'll send it back. They're also working on the book cover right now. I made a couple sample book covers, and I kind of threw them out on social just to tell people about the book. But yeah, so they're doing the book cover as well. And then at that point, then it's like I got to get some book reviewers. I'm looking at who might do the foreword for me. So that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Very cool.
I'm still hoping that we can get this thing out before the end of the year. I'd love for it to be a Christmas gift for some people to pick up a copy and read it over Christmas break.
That's exciting, man. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Like, I get mine. I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna put this up now. I'll tell people about it as I go. Like, I couldn't wait to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I've already got the second one in my head. I'm getting ready to start writing that down. I've got a concept that's kind of a sequel to the first book, and it's going to be focused on priorities and knowing what you want in life, and staying solely focused on that, not being distracted by what the world says you should go after, which I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people chase after things that they don't even really want, but it's because somebody important or somebody in the world has said this is what success looks like, or this is what you should do. And that's not for everybody. Success is not a cookie cutter thing. I think success really is a product of knowing what you want and going after that. And when you achieve that, to me, that's success, no matter what it is. Some people want to run multi-million, multi-billion-dollar companies and have big teams and manage lots of people and have stature and status. And some people want to just have their own small little business that they run on their own. Some people don't want to run a business at all. They just want to be an employee and go get their paycheck and, have time for hobbies and for family or whatever. And I think it's important that everybody just knows what they want. Because at the end of your life, you're not going to, like, I talk to a lot of older people. I'm trying to gain that perspective of what life is going to be like when I'm 70, 80 years old. And when you talk to people that are 70 or 80 years old and you say, hey, what are you most proud of in your life? It is rarely anything to do with business. It's almost always something to do with life, with family, with, grandkids, with legacy, something, like that charity they might have helped support if they really were involved in charity or something like that. So I think it's really important to know what you want. And when you get to the end of your life, to be really excited to be able to say, I did that, so it's about priorities more than anything else.
When I spoke to an 8th grade class in New Jersey last year.
They let you speak to 8th graders? What?
Yeah, I had a friend.
Oh gosh, they were forever changed after that day.
I mean,
those kids will never be the same.
For the better. Yeah, keeping the F-bombs completely out of the speech gets difficult, but we got it. And but I started off by asking everyone a question, and I said, "Listen, show of hands here. Who knows who they want to be when they grow up?" And a bunch of hands shot up into the air. And I said, "Great. You, why don't you tell me?" And I called on a couple different people. Sorry, I'm trying to cross the road with my dog and people who don't seem to care.
Take your time.
And so they started shouting out all these professions to me. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a basketball player. I want to be an environmentalist and all this other crap. And I said, listen, those are really good professions, and I'm glad that you know what you want to do. But that wasn't what I asked you. And they all stopped. And I said, who do you want to be? Because you don't know what your purpose in life is right now, and it's going to change many times. I think a lot of times people, and I'm talking to you guys as parents, you screw up your kids when you ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because they judge their success in life by whether or not they achieve that. And it's how arbitrary is it? I mean, I'm 46 years old, and I am just now getting over the fact that I am not going to be the starting second baseman for the Boston Red Sox. So I think that, to your point, because this is something I do when I coach clients now, it's an exercise I do by myself. I actually visualize that 80-year-old me, and I journal about it, and I write about who do I want to be, what do I want to have achieved in life, and I'm not talking about, I wanted to podium a race or I wanted to make $1 million, because one of the other areas that people get jacked up is success is not a finish line. It's a moving target. It's on one of those people mover escalators. As soon as you hit it, there's something else to go after. Otherwise, you begin to fall behind.
Yeah. Well, it's something to think about, and I'm going to write about this in the book, is, and this came from Justin Welsh. If you don't follow Justin Welsh on Twitter, he's a great follow. He's got a great newsletter. It comes out on Saturdays. It's in, I think it's called the Saturday Solopreneur. It's a pretty cool little newsletter. But one thing that he said that really resonated with me, and I'll never forget it, is he said most people, when they think about what they want to be or, their future, they try to think about their dream job and they go after their dream job. And then they build a life around that job. He said, what makes sense to me is to try to build like my dream life and find work that supports that. And that resonated with me. Like, man, nobody at the end of their life is like, I'm so glad that I was a mail carrier. Or, man, I really love being an accountant. Like, very rarely are people going to talk about that, especially at the beginning when you say, what did you enjoy most in your life? And what were you so most proud of in your life? It's not their job. Work is means to an end. It's very fulfilling. It can be. It can be very satisfying, but it's means to an end. And what is that end? And for me, that end is mainly freedom. Having a life that is centered around the idea of freedom. Can I do what I want when I want? Can I give to charity when I want to give to charity? Can I take my family on a vacation, or can I take a day off if I just need a day off? And not to make a big deal of it. Like, to me, freedom is the most important thing that I want in my life. And how can I build a career or a business that maximizes that as much as possible, you know?
Happy, joyous, and free. It's when I was the most successful in my career is when I was the most miserable in life, and I didn't know it. I didn't know
Yeah.
it. And as a matter of fact, I
Yep.
hated the fact that I wasn't happy because I thought I should have been. And, you know, I talk about it from time to time, but like, I am definitely not at the top of my career financially right now, but I'm not sure I've ever been happier in my life either.
Yeah.
And I think I
Yeah.
have more impact with people that people in my life. Like,
Yeah.
and that's going to continue to evolve too. You know, I don't need to get hung up on what this, even though I want to be a successful motivational speaker, my purpose is going to manifest however it manifests. And I'm just willing to let that evolve however it unfolds.
If somebody were to ask you the question, when have you been the most happiest in your life? And you can't include right now. So like, let's say right now is not a possibility, but you have to say, when were you happiest in life? When were you most satisfied in life? For my wife and I, it's easy. We know exactly when it was. I was making $60,000 a year working at DAT, and we were living in a 3-bedroom apartment in Oregon with 2 kids that were 4 and 2. We loved it. We loved it, man. Looking back, that was one of our happiest seasons of life, was living in that, 3-bedroom, top floor, 3rd floor apartment with 2 little kids and not a lot of money. And $60,000 may sound like a lot of money, but in Portland, Oregon, it doesn't go very far. It doesn't go very far. And so, that was a season when, and I don't actually, you know what, that year, let me take that back. That year I did not make 60. Oh yeah, I did. I made 60,000 that year. So, again, it just didn't go very far, but yet we were so happy, man. We were so happy because we'd finally established ourselves in Portland. I'd gotten out of door-to-door sales, which I didn't make any money in door-to-door sales. And that was very stressful and hard. And now I had a solid job, and we had enough money to cover our expenses, and we had an apartment that was just easy to maintain, and we spent all of our time outside with our kids at the parks, riding bikes, on hikes. Man, we were so happy during that time. And it's like, when you look back at that, nobody in their right mind would look at that moment in our life and say, wow, you guys are crushing it. You are so successful. And yet that is when we were most satisfied, And so you just have to really be sure to you understand and define what success is for you. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to do, and that's what this book is going to be talking to people about. Is how can you really go after what you want in life, regardless of what anybody else thinks, because it's not their life. It doesn't matter. They don't have to live it. They don't have to pay the bills.
By the
they
way,
don't have to live in your house.
When you said that, I bet a lot of people wouldn't have looked at it and thought you were killing it. I disagree. We all have to keep that frame of reference in mind. I bet there's an overwhelming majority of people out there who would have thought you were killing it.
Maybe, but from the outside, certainly it didn't look like, wow, those guys are crushing it. I mean, it just looked like I had a job. We had an apartment. We had 1 car, like you look at that and go, that doesn't look like success to people on the outside. And yet we were so happy, man. Like, that's when I look back and go, man, to me, that was success. And
a few weeks ago,
that was
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
A few months ago, when I was doing that triathlon thing with Drew Peterson, and trying to figure out where to ride, a couple of those mornings I rode out on the Pinellas County Trail, which is just a bike path that goes from, well, I don't know how far north it goes, but it goes at least as far south as St. Pete. The amount of homeless people that I almost ran over, the people pushing cars, the people just literally fighting for scraps out of, the garbage cans and stuff that I was seeing on a daily basis. I think we take these things for granted too much. We compare ourselves to the person we wanted to be, or the person we used to be, or what our peers might be doing. But most people aren't homeless, but most people aren't crushing it either. I have to remind myself from time to time that frame of reference really matters. Career-wise, business-wise, money-wise, I'm nowhere near what I used to be. And I don't even know if I'll want to be or try to be, and I'm still struggling on the daily, but there's a lot of people who would look at me and say, damn, I wish I was you. You have a roof over your head. You have air conditioning and running water and cable. Holy shit. Like, your life is rocking. You have a car and you put gas in it. There's so many things that we take for granted that we expect them to be there, but none of them are promised. None of them are guaranteed.
Yeah. I think it's a great point. And, it's like one of the things I'm most happy about in my life right now. Somebody would say, hey, what are you so excited about right now? I'm most happy about the fact that like my daughter is in the process of getting her braces off and getting some temporary teeth put in, so that she can have a smile, that will she can be really excited about moving forward. And I'm happy about the fact that I can just take her to these appointments, and I get to do this. I got to be with her last week when she got her braces off, and I got to be there and see the excitement of that moment for her of getting her braces off as a teenager. And I'm so glad I didn't miss that. It's a small moment. It doesn't seem like it means much, but I'm so glad I didn't miss that moment. And if I had maybe a job that only gave me a limited number of days off or time off, or was something else more critical, I couldn't do that. And I'm just so happy that, and it doesn't matter how much money I make at this point, as long as I can pay our bills, that's all I care about. I just want to have freedom to be able to not miss these moments. And to me, that's success. And I was so happy that I got to do that. She got another appointment this week, another appointment next week. It's going to be 4 more appointments for her to get this all taken care of. And then the exciting thing is we're going to fly to Oregon, where my sister lives, because she's an amateur photographer. We're going to fly to Oregon, and she's going to take her senior pictures. And it's going to be so great. And she's going to have this smile that she's going to love, and she's going to be so excited about, and get these cool senior pictures in Oregon where we used to live. So like, it's so cool that we're just able to do this. And to me, that's success, man, that I can do these things. And that's all that matters. So I think if people just know what they want,
Amen.
it changes everything about their life, changes everything. All right, guys, listen, hey, we're up on time today. So everybody out there, Jessica, thanks for joining us today. Remember, find your tribe, find your people, lean on one another as iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. We appreciate you guys. Pedro, have a great day. Nick, same with you. Michael Lombard, we miss you, brother. Get back here soon. We'll see you guys
Have
next
a good one,
week
brother.
on Our Minds.
Be good,
Peace
Nick.
out,
Be good,
fellas.
Trey.